Silo.com. Happy to see you guys here. And today we are going to do a Facebook live session with the CEO and founder of SaturnOne.io. And he is none other than Greg Bardwell. How are you, Greg?
I'm good, Albert. How are you?
Fine. I'm fine. So before we actually go into the what I call the review, demo, tutorial, whatever you want to say, we have a few housekeeping to do. First, please do this for me, guys. Please click the link shown in the video. melonapp.com/Facebook. This is to give permission for Melon to show your name as well as a profile photo in the chat box, behind this backend of our streaming software. So if you've done that, that will be the best. So let me see, anybody has come in. So we have actually 4 persons already, but I do not know who they are. So guys, please do this. Click this link and to give permission to show your name as well as a profile photo in the chat. Hi, Ruhaini. I see your name. So if you can see us, please type your name as well as also say hi to everybody. Okay, without further ado, I think we have got people already coming in. So great. You spell your name G-R-E-R.
Oh, I missed it.
Okay, it's all right, no problem. I got a shot. Okay. Yeah, before we actually start, normally the audience are actually interested to know who you are, why do you want to, create this app, and how do you go about it, in the first thing, in the first place. So can you tell us what your background?
Okay, sure. Well, I'm a long-time engineer and entrepreneur. I started out at my first job was a spacecraft engineer, and then I worked for NASA in the United States for a couple of years doing science missions. But I found that kind of boring, so then I went out and started my own business, and e-learning business, and I ran that for like 10 years. And then then I started an AI business before it was trendy, and I sold software there to the NSA, the infamous NSA. But that didn't really work out because it was a government contract. And I didn't want to do government, so then I got into marketing technology by working with a marketing agency, and I've been in marketing tech for the last 8 years. And I've done everything from curation to social media to pop-ups to my last one, as I was talking to Albert a little while ago about, it was the market automation system. And it was really kind of a thin one, but lots of features. And it was one of those things where I just started adding features. And was not able to really market it very well. But when I was talking to the actual users and the people that were really interested, there was this one feature that stood out, and that was the customer journey, which was kind of like a side feature of it because we were collecting all this data. And a couple of people said, well, I'm just using it just for that. And so like I had that aha moment. And so I shut down the other app and turned full-time to focus on this. And I've been working on this for the last 6 months. And so here I am. It's pretty full-featured now for the base plan. Still working on some advanced features for some service-oriented plans and for like agencies, but it's very robust and stable for most uses at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're a former engineer from NASA. So today we are not going to talk about NASA,
Yeah.
but I'm actually.
But that explains the Saturn. That's my logo.
Yeah, I was just interested in that, why Saturn, and not Mars or maybe a moon or whatever, Uranus, that kind of name.
Just a personal preference.
Okay, that's good. So without further ado, I think you should go back. I mean, not go back. Go into your backend to show us, what SaturnOne can actually replace. How it can replace Google Analytics, in real life.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
give a demo and kind of talk through this real quick here.
Just share your screen. You have to
Yep.
share your screen first.
In the process. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys
We
see
have
it
to.
okay? Okay.
Yes, we see you.
Okay. Well, basically, here is um, your basic interface. The whole idea of the program, as you see it here, is to be kind of like a one-screen replacement for a lot of the features of Google Analytics to make it more simple for people to get a sense of how what's going on in your website, your traffic, in one screen, and basically just to, well, having to be an expert, explore it. And we capture things such as time on page, the scroll on the pages, forms that are filled out, click events, all of the things that you have to do some custom coding for Google to be able to do. And this happens when you just install your website snippet, which is similar to Google's in its installation. So it'll work on any HTML site that runs JavaScript. Uh, and just give you a quick overview. What you see here is your typical, if you have multiple websites, we have clients with like 5 or 6 or 8, 10 websites, and you can select your website you want, or you can just see your global traffic. Of course, you can always select your date. That's pretty standard. We also have this nice feature where you can actually say, I only want to see pages and visitors that have been on a website for a certain amount of time. Like people just go click the link and bounce off, and they're not there. So like this is set up for like a quarter a second. So that effectively gets rid of a lot of uninterested traffic. I mean, the whole point of what we're doing is not just clicks or you know, page visits, but it's really about how people engage in your website. So we're trying to give you an opportunity to filter out people that are not engaged. But you'll see here, like there's 200 pages that are not included in the other things that we see here. So we have your page view and your trending from the in this case we have the last 30 days, so you can see the difference between the last 30 days and the current 30 days. My page views are up. My time on pages is down. People are scrolling more on my pages. You see also the number of unique visitors. Average time on the site. So that's like the average time on site for the visitor, not just a specific page. The number of forms that are viewed and the number of forms that are filled out and the conversion rate. And you can see all of that right here in your in one quick view. And then as you scroll down, you're going to see we're going to start getting into details. This is where you can kind of dig down. And the default view is going to be like the top page views. And then we have events and funnels and goals that we set up. And I'll explain that later as we go along. So here's a 30-day graph of page views, unique visitors, and the average page view per day. And if you click down for a day, or you can see it per hour. Then next you go down and you see the top page views, the top entry pages, the views and the visitors for both. And you can also see more if you want to click here. You can see the more for the big sites. I'll come back to that later. Anything you see where the finger goes over is where you can add a filter. And so you can see exactly what's going on in these pages if you want to. And I'll demonstrate that. There's some nice flow graphics for specific pages. Then we have top refers, pretty standard stuff, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And then you have top internal referrers, and these are basically pages that people visit other pages in your website. So these are pages that are referring inter-site traffic. And if you actually had multiple sites, you can go across multiple sites. You'll see that. Here, it'll track it across multiple sites. Then of course your countries, and you can filter by these, and you can see more. Your campaign codes, your UTM campaign code, you can see all of those. We have some here, and we can filter on that also. So here you can see some of the things that we've been doing, and then of course your devices, your browser type, your platform, all these things are viewable and filterable. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of what happens if you click on something. I'm just going to click on my home page here. And what happens is you start seeing this graph. And this graph here is what is happening on that specific page. You'll see up here, this is the page filter. So for this period, you're going to see everything that's going to happen on this page. You can see my UTM codes here. They're colored in green. The refers are colored in blue. They all come to this page. You can see there's also the direct one, so people that come direct, usually like from email client or something, they'll come through that, and you can see that. And I can actually see the forms. Like this page had a form on it. You can fill your information. You can see the forms, and then you'll see the forms completed on that page. You can also see the exit pages where they went from this page. And then, of course, if you want to clean it up and you just want to see one thing, you can click these switches and get rid of all these things. So say, okay, I'm not really interested in that. I'm just interested in the UTM codes and the exits. And so you can see all that per page. And this will work on any page, of course, which is a nice feature. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you can actually see some more details of the clicks, where they're going on this page, and the number of clicks in a table format as well as the graphical format. And then you'll see the scroll rate on this page via graph. And then if you actually want to drill down some more, you can actually just click on a filter, any other filter, and add another filter. So this is a graph showing both filters, right? And the graph will update in real time. And you can even filter by country, device. You can add all these filters, and then when you want to get rid of them, just clear the ones you want and see the data that way. So it's a one screen, allow you to explore what's going on in your website via landing pages. And the other thing that starts being more unique, other than the ease of use, is that you click on these tabs. These allow you to see the events. So these are the links that are being clicked on your websites, or the forums. Like these are the forums that are being viewed. We track the forums that are viewed. We basically say, oh, is the form within the page view? If it is, we show it to viewed. Then the conversion rate for your entire website. And then we see the links that are clicked on your website, because you might have call to action buttons and things like that. And you want to say, oh, I want to find out what's going on specific pages. And if you want to actually, see what's going on a specific page, of course, you just add the filter, and this updates for the specific pages. So you can see the links that are being clicked just for this page. So this would be menus, calls to actions, things like that. Okay. And then lastly, is you can set up goals and funnels. And funnel is simply a series of pages where you might want to track the flow from the home page to the pricing page to the sign up page. And the sign up page will have the form, and then you can see the completion, and you can make as many steps as your funnel that you want to. And this is just a quick way to check of what's going on for you. You might be setting up a specific campaign and you're driving traffic to a specific landing page and you want to see what's going to happen there. And this will give you a quick overview of that. And you can set up as many funnels as you want, as many stages you want. And then you can also set up goals. Goals are simply pages that I want to track specifically. And this gives you the ability to just on one screen have see the stats on a specific page. And that is, one more little feature. I forget. If you click on a country, you actually see the zip code and the city that they come from. So that does a nice drill down for you for that. And if you're doing a lot of local stuff, that can be very helpful. And I have a real estate user, and that's important for him. It's all real estate. He's here in the United States is local, so that's a nice feature that they have. And that is the overview. We have some, count-based features where you can add multiple users, where they can log in, where you can set their attributes, whether they can edit things like funnels or goals. And then you have where you can block your IP addresses. So you don't want to, if you're working on your website a lot, you don't want yourself to show up. Yeah. So that is everything in a nutshell, right there. And do it from a whole year to a day. So that is it. I'm pretty much open to questions at this point.
Okay. So we are back here.
Mm-hmm.
So what else can you show us? I mean, other than those few what I call slide that you're having. Great.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty much all the features. It's like a one-page view of everything Google Analytics will do for you. So.
Okay. Okay, that is quite straightforward. Okay, maybe we should get some question answered, right?
Okay.
Okay. I don't know who is this guy asking what about GDPR compliance.
Let's hold software there to the NSA. The recording is in the background. Okay, yeah, good question. Yes, as it says on our website, yeah, we are fully GDPR required. We don't use cookies. We do not track IP addresses. We do not correlate it or sell the data. Anything. This is strictly, just your data. So.
Okay, but when you say you don't track, I mean, but how do you comply with GDPR? I mean, you can say that you don't track, but
well, there's no personally identifiable information. Obviously, when we get the information, we get their IP address, and so we can geolocate them. But other than that, we don't. And, we don't store that.
Okay, because I'm also not from.
Yeah.
No, I'm not from Europe, so but I know
Yeah,
a lot of Europeans are very particular about that because I mean when they what they call not compliant to this GDPR, they will face a heavy fine. I mean from the EU.
That's what I hear, but as far as I've also heard is nobody's been fined. I mean, except for Google, of course.
Okay, let me see what. Okay, guys, I don't see any question. Is there any question? Okay, some guy was asking, is it similar to hockey stick? Yeah, I remember.
Yes, it is similar to their. I mean, I think we have a few more features on their basic plan and their lifetime deal, but it is very similar to that.
Okay, so what are the additional features that you are talking about, other than what you have shown, or in future?
The obviously I'm not an expert on their product and I don't track them daily, but their base plan, does not track the events in the same way and display them in the same way. I do know now they're trying to focus on the SaaS industry and trying to add some features for tracking revenue and doing what are they doing? They're doing so on tip of my tongue. They're doing a questionnaires. They're trying to ask questionnaires that are part of their application, which is kind of interesting combination of questionnaire and analytics. But it's probably their background also.
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, this is another question I found here.
Okay.
Does it track keywords that send the traffic?
I'm sorry.
Look at the screen. I mean, does SaturnOne track keywords that send traffic to your site?
Viewers? I don't understand the
Which means, let's say somebody type what I call a keywords, then it's actually send it. You can see that
Oh,
the
yeah,
person.
yeah. Oh, okay. The keywords. Okay, I understand. Okay. No. The search engines do not provide that. So.
Okay. So, which means we do not know what are the keywords that send this visitor to the website.
Right.
Okay. But how do Google Analytics able to do that?
Google Analytics does not do that. I mean, Google, if you use their ads, if you're using their ad, you're combining their analytics and their ads, and they have another platform for that. It'll tell you what they're clicking on for your ads, but your straightforward Google Analytics does not do that.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah, their ad platform and their analytics are separate. And that's of course one of the problems that the Europeans were having is because Google knows both, and they're using one to inform the other. But yeah,
Okay.
none of the search engines provide that information. So.
Okay. Let me show you this question from Ranvi. He's asking about integration to Zapier, Publi, Integrately, or maybe Facebook Pixel as well as GTM.
No, we don't have any use cases for that for our basic. Although I would add that we have some advanced content marketing programs that involve some services also that do stuff similar to Google Tag Manager. Uh, I mean, one of the things that we do that would require Google Tag Manager is the event tracking and the form tracking. We do it automatically with Google Analytics. Even the version 4 that does do some event tracking for like the forums and the specific links, you do have to use Google Tag Manager. So some of the features that you would use Google Tag Manager for are built in. So
Okay. Then, okay, I have a question, Greg.
mhm.
The GA4 is coming on board, maybe a few months' time. So, how do you see that? Is it the GA4 is more powerful than the previous GA? I presume it must be more powerful, or else they won't push out. So, how do you see that? I mean, as compared to your app.
Okay, um, good question. Well, one of the big reasons that they're rolling out the GO4 is they're trying to change their technology stack and their back end. And the GA4 is a little bit more powerful. As I mentioned, it tracks some of the events, um, like form completions and some of the click events that we would automatically track that In GA3, you would have had to use the tag manager. So it does some more of those events, but not significantly more. And one of the biggest changes, as I see it, is they're trying to be more, give users more control, and just change their database infrastructure. That's why they have a big data migration issues for that. So as far as the underlying technology, it's really not that different. It's just they're just changing their infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to use, this of course is my understanding. If you wanted to use like Google Analytics 360, which charges about $10,000 a month and over, that is where you would get a lot more other things that built in, the integrations built in. So, but that's $10,000 a month, so very few of us use that. So,
I mean, only a few companies can do that, I mean,
it's like mid-sized companies, say a company doing $5 or $10 million in revenue. They're going to have a couple of people, and then maybe have a consultant. And they're going to set up the Google Tag Manager and set up all these forms and graphs for you. And this is kind of what our program does a little bit. It takes all of that data that the app is going to get you, and it makes it simple. For example, one of the differences with like Google Analytics 4, which is currently live, by the way, has been live for several months. It's just they're forcing you to change. So one of the analytics differences is if you want to set up a funnel in Google, okay, Google Analytics 4, you can do that, but it's literally like a 48-step process. And where ours is like a 3-step process. And the other difference is if you set up a funnel in Google Analytics, the funnel is only valid from today, the day you set it, to the future. So it doesn't collect historical. And for our program, we collect all that information already. So setting up the funnel is basically just saying, oh, we want to see this. So if you have 3 months of data and you set up the funnel, and you can see the past 3 months of the data automatically. With Google Analytics, you're only going to see it starting tomorrow, not in the past. And that goes especially for the integrations, like with the Tag Manager, which is still an integration. That will not collect the past data, but we collect basically every interaction you do on the website, and we allow you to see it. Where Google Analytics, you have to integrate the Tag Manager and specifically set them up, and then you don't get the past data. So that is kind of I would say those are the major differences as I understand them.
okay, thank you for your answer. So this guy, I don't know his name. Have you checked user location, device, and browser they are using?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
All of those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can filter by them, and is any combination.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Because some of the audience actually just came in. I know of some of them. So can you just go back to your share screen and just to show them a little bit?
Sure. Okay. So the question was, let me get rid of some of these filters here. Okay. All right. Okay. So the question was, can we share by devices? Yeah. So we have your typical laptop, tablet, desktop, but we also have browsers. So you can see the browsers, browser types, and this is broken down by percentage usage as well as the actual numbers, and platform. So if I want to say, I want to see who's using Microsoft Windows, you can just click on that like you could if it was just type, right? Of course, now it's going to be 100% desk and laptop, and so the filtering changes for that. So Everything you see here is people on Microsoft Windows. And the same with, I could even go to, say I want to do a mobile device, and you can just go down to iPhone. Okay, here's mobile iPhones. And see who's looking at the website on iPhones. So, yeah, pretty much anything we can think of, it's usually 1 or 2 clicks away.
Okay, Greg, can you show them just now the flow?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, let's see the Journey Analytics page.
Yes, the customer journey.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the flow of the customer journey analytics page, the specific page on the iPhone. By the way, this is just the iPhone. So here on the left, you're going to see the campaign codes, the UTM codes that we have. And you can see the type. This is social. You see the sign up campaign. You see the refer. In this case, it's the mobile Facebook. That was where we ran that campaign. And then the number of page views, of course, is there. And then you can see all the forms seen on that page. And of course, nobody filled it out on our website for that day. So, and there's really no link clicks on the mobile device either for that page, for that campaign. And so we just ran that campaign on Facebook. You see mobile Facebook. Oh, and you can drill, you can drill down to the country on that. So now I can find out who's using, whose devices and where they're using them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see the other question. Do you have anything related to Google Ads tracking, where the user are coming from and their IP address?
The Google app tracking. Can you repeat the question? Albert, can you repeat the question?
Okay. Do you have anything related to Google Ads advertisement tracking and where the user coming from and their IP address?
Well, I'm not sure I understand the question, but I think I addressed that before. I mean, obviously, we do check their geolocation, as pretty much everything shows here. So we get their IP address, but to be GDPR compliant, we do not store that information. So, and you can really drill down right to the zip code to see where they're coming from.
But doesn't show. I mean, your screen doesn't show the IP address. It just show the postcode.
That's correct. Like I said, we do not store or show the IP address. That's kind of a no-no for the privacy concerns. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the Europeans would say no. Maybe in the United States would say no, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay, let me see what other question. Okay, maybe they are talking about one of the audience. Okay, briefly, he's talking about that is the same as a hockey stack, Microsoft Clarity. Is it Microsoft Clarity or and Click? No, your competitor.
Hockey stack, yes. Clarity is more of a competitor with Hotjar. They do the screen session recording and mapping. So see where your mouse goes over, what you click, and they'll give you a heat map of your page. Yeah. I use Clarity, so that's what I use it for. I mean, if it does more, I'm not aware of it.
Okay, so your app would not show any heat map or
It does not do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say we're direct competitor to Hockey Stick and a few other single page analytic tools. So.
Okay. So guys, I mean, I think we have answered all the questions. Anybody have any question to ask? Just ask. Meanwhile, Greg, do you have a what do you call it? Public load map for your app?
I do not have any special features that we're going to be adding to this program other than just your basic improvements, UI improvements. Anything that makes sense to add, I will add. But right now, it seems to be pretty comprehensive compared to the competitors. I don't have any desire to do the heat maps. I personally find them of very little value after the first couple of days novelty of it.
Okay, DS Wong was asking, do you include any A/B testing panel?
No, we don't do anything with A/B testing.
Is it why is it cannot be done or any other constraint?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's really actually, I'll just say, go back to what I was, my previous incarnation, my last business, we had a tool that allow you to customize the visits on a website. So sort of like some of the Google tools, as well as some of the other professional tools. And the problem, of course, comes is those are dynamically generated via script on the website, and we do something such as we keep track of it. I can't speak to competitors' backhand, but the way we keep track of when people add things to the website dynamically is we track. There's a feature on all the browsers that say, hey, the DOM has been changed. So whenever the DOM has been changed, we update our code to include anything that's been added to the web page. But websites do that all the time with animations, slide-ons, sliders, things like that. There's multi-panel displays, things like that. So these things get added all the time. So it's very difficult to discriminate between those type of animations or normal page JavaScript things to an A/B test, and tools that would do that and track them separately require lots of a really tight integration. That's why even Google's tool doesn't necessarily track that in their basic Google Analytics. I mean, I'm sure you could write some code to track it, but that's where you start paying their $10,000 a month for their Google Suite 360 if you're going to be doing that sort of thing. So, interesting question. I've not really thought about it too deeply. Because it's very hard.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So
Yeah.
there's another question from I don't know whose name is that. Is there a team plan or Pravesh Chandra team plan? I mean your codes run up to 8 codes, I believe. Is there a team plan? I mean, let's say agency has some team
Oh,
members
agency,
to add.
yeah. Not currently, no. That is something we may add if there's an interest at this point. But the plan itself includes multiple team members with some various level of admin things like you can set up goals and funnels and edit those. So the plan allows multiple team members, and I don't believe there's a limit on those. So.
Yeah, because sometimes a small agency or big agency, they would like to have different
But
members
yeah,
on board.
we don't have an agency plan where you could separate it out. So.
Okay. So guys, I know some of you. Most of the guys, your names are not appearing in the back end. I believe because you're in a mobile, no. So I believe you have to be in a desktop, then only your name can appear. So nothing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. We have any other question? Sashwal Bagini, you say that pretty nice in Sas mantra. What do you mean by that?
Can you repeat that again?
No, he was commenting something that
Oh, he was commenting. Okay. I was glad there was a question in there, but I wasn't quite sure. What do you mean by that?
Okay, sorry, I didn't make myself clear. Okay, Mitu was asking how many workspaces can we create? Well, I don't think you have any workplace, right? You don't have team features, so
Yeah, you can add multiple domains. We have no limit on the domains. It's really a limit on the page views. Yeah, I have customers. If you have multiple domains, this drop down here will show them, and you can filter by domain.
Okay.
Here we have customers that have one I work with pretty closely. We do some services for them also. He's like 10 domains, and he's adding more.
Yeah, that more or less cater for the workspace. But sometimes people want to have, let's say, a workspace called internal, which means will contain all the websites, on their internally. So that is something like folders, So maybe sometimes they say, okay, I want to have a workspace called external or maybe customer or clients.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, we don't have that sort of feature.
Yeah, perhaps great. My suggestion is maybe you could have work out a roadmap, and maybe if user want to do some suggestion or maybe to propose some changes or whatever features requests, they can add it there so that it's recorded and also what to work on, or maybe
Yeah,
you
it
can
sounds.
work for it.
Yeah, the impression I get is if I launch this and talk to people is mostly people just seem to want like the agency feature where they can manage multiple domains separately. So.
Okay, guys. I don't see any new question unless I missed that. Please ask whatever you want to ask since Greg is around.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that's nice.
So Greg, now you can see all the chat, right?
Yeah, I'm reviewing the chat myself to see if I.
But most of them only appear as a Facebook user because this could be a Melon problem or it could be a Facebook problem,
Okay. I don't see any questions you haven't. Okay. Is team plan available? Yeah, all plans are team plans. Okay. The UX is clear itself. Okay, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the UX. I actually spent most of my career making things simple. Just as Steve Jobs showed us, is not easy. Not easy. Okay. All right. I think that's all the questions I see.
Okay, so guys, if you don't have any question, we can actually go into this
Oh,
giveaway.
there's a backlinking question. No, we don't track backlinks.
What do you mean by backlisting?
Well, I think like the SEO tools like Href and being the monsters, will give you a list of links to your website.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we do have obviously referrers. When people come to your website, we do track the referrers, so you can get a complete list of referrers. So in essence, those are your links.
I see.
And if you click on, I didn't actually demonstrate this because mostly it's search traffic, but if you click on the referrer, it will show you the actual link. So,
Okay, I understand.
yeah. Actually, if a domain has multiple referrer pages, if you click on the domain referrer, it will show you all the links from that you received. It doesn't keep track of those as like an SEO tool might.
Okay. Okay, now we should go to the giveaway. Shall we, Greg?
Sure.
Okay, guys, you have to answer two questions from Greg. Greg will ask you two questions.
I thought we were doing the random one. Okay.
Okay, why don't we do it this way? We do a one random question and do one question from you and also do a random choice, random generation. What about that?
Okay.
Okay, why don't you do the random one? Your question first. Ask something that you have actually talked about, during your presentation.
So what happens when you do a drill down on a country within the app? Say I filter for the United States. What happens?
Okay, the question is, what happens if you do a drill down on the country within the app, say filter for United States?
Okay, Facebook user says it shows the postal code. That is correct.
Oh, I don't know who is this guy. Sam Jasani. Sam, you won a prize.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and just to add up, the postcode show up, but then it doesn't show the IP address because of privacy issue.
It shows the city and the postal code, yeah.
Mhm.
or the town, obviously.
Okay, that's it. Okay, now it's my turn to do my work because I have to gather all the names, but I find it very difficult today because somehow most of the people are Facebook user only. Give me a few minutes, guys. In the meantime, you can actually type in your chat box, to ask a question while Greg is trying to answer that. I'm collecting the names of you guys,
I don't even think it allows me to answer this question.
Okay. I guess I have got all. Let me copy. Greg, can you please stop sharing your screen? I need to share my screen now.
Oh, I didn't think I was sharing my screen. I'm not.
Okay. Now I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is the screen that you are looking for.
I love it. Okay.
Not me, you know. I mean, the audio. Okay, let me hide this. Hold on. Just hide this. Okay, this is the screen. I will project the names up. So can you guys check your name? If your names are not there, please let me know in the chat box and type your name so that I can add it in. Anyone's names are not here?
Put my name in there. Okay.
Jay Smith, your names are there. Michu, your names are there. Laxia, I think your names are here. Yeah, I guess most of the names are here, unless I miss out. Okay, guys, I will just spin it in a few seconds time. So let's shuffle the name, and I hope that the lucky one will win this prize. Okay, in the event that you don't win, you have another chance. Let me share with you this one. So go to our official discussion thread. So today we are going to give away two prizes. That is a $59 value. And if you don't win today, you can actually go to part 2 of this Facebook post, what I call draw. Not draw. Actually, you have to comment. Post a mini review of your question, feedback, improvement suggestion in the post, so that you are entitled to win these three prizes. No, the prize number 1 is actually 1 code. Prize number 2 is 2 codes. Prize number 3 is 3 codes. Okay, so let's move on. I have to show the tab again. Okay, guys, let me spin this so that everybody will know who is winning. Shuffle. Okay, let's go. Oh, Ranvi Meta. Rami, if you are there, just type your name. Are you there? Okay, because I didn't see your name. So yeah, I look at the chat box. I mean the Facebook, you are there. So Ramvi, you are the winner. Let me type your name. Okay, congratulations guys. Especially Sam Jasani and also Ranvi. Let me show this step first. Okay. Guys, thank you for your time here and congratulations to both of the winners. And before we go, I would like to say a few words, and we find that, this Greg has spent us, have been us for almost an hour to share his new app. And we hope that, you guys can go and try it out, create a trial account and give us some feedback. Especially to Greg, what should be done, what are not working, what is working, so that he can improve his app. Without feedback, he will actually like working in the dark. So we hope that you can actually do your part, and if you are doing a good review, you may be you could win a prize as well. So that's all I have. Greg, do you have anything to say before we say goodbye?
Well, thank you all for your questions and your time, and thank you, Albert, for hosting this. It's much appreciated.
Okay, so guys, if you want to check out the deal, just click the link that in our post, and you can actually go to this app tomorrow to see what is actually under the deal terms. So guys, with that, I would say goodbye and thank you for your attendance and also your time, spent with us. And remember to take part in the second part of the giveaway. And we have 3 more prizes to be won. And that's all. And thank you again. Bye bye.
Thank you.